Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter, another Into Resin day. I just love these days. I just love their molds, you guys. I'm sure you do too. Today we have this one, which is like a large tray with a spout on the end. So pretty much maybe a soap dish, but it's got this huge three-dimensional flower thing going on down here, which I can't really reach to paint it. So it's kind of gonna have to be done beautifully in your resin, or we could paint it after the fact. I chose these colors today: lavender, cotton candy, and Carabic. And I'm going to drip them into the flowers a little bit, kind of try to keep it at the flower, and then keep this clear. I'm going to do the butterfly and a pigment paste, since we haven't done that yet. Tuvalu is the paste I chose for that one. My friend Denise wants this one poured in aqua, so I pulled out the aqua by Let's Resin. And then I want to do this one as a shaker today, because I have not done that yet. This is the casting I made, but it's a Into Resin mold, so make sure you get it from them. I'm not going to sell it. This is the shaker portion of it. It also has the other portion like this in the paw print that doesn't shake. So you have two choices. But because I know I want a shaker, I'm going to do that. I'm going to paint it with a chameleon. Golden is what it's called. Let me flip these over. I'm going to paint the paw prints in golden and the shaker part in golden, and then I'm going to fill it with black. And we're going to have a very sophisticated, well, I think a sophisticated little paw print when we're finished, since black is the best color to fill it with when you're using chameleon powder. So I'm going to be very careful. I love these brand new brushes that I just got in Happy Bale. They are amazing for these little areas. I will link them. I do have the link. So if you want, I think there's a set of 8. All of them are tiny, and it's perfect for stuff like this. I'm so happy you guys know things that I don't know, and I appreciate every single person that either tells me about something or actually ships it to me. So surprises, lots of very nice surprises that come into this house. Just gonna I do have a little bit of cleanup, but it's definitely not the amount that you would have if you had the bigger brushes that we're usually using. You can also mix it with alcohol if you want to paint it on, but I don't think it's really necessary on this little thing with these little brushes. So what I mean by paint it, you would add alcohol to make like a little paint, dip it into your mica powder, and then paint it on your mold. I have done it in the past. I haven't done it for quite a while because I always forget about that, but yes, you can do that too, so you're not making such a huge mess. I should pull that little trick out of my hat again and do it on camera for all the new people. I'm just going to paint this too, even though we're going to fill it with something after the fact. I'm going to go around that little edge. This is where we put the acetate and the little whatevers, fillers in here. You can do a liquid shaker with glycerin and water. I just did a dry shaker. It's just easier, not so messy. Just get this open so I can go back there. And then I will go around with a little cotton swab and alcohol. Let me grab a couple of them. And I'm just gonna wash that off the best that I can around this edge. Like that. It's probably not going to be perfect, and you'll probably see it in the black, but if we see it, it's okay. It's just a little bit of golden powder.
What you working on?
Paw print. You want to help?
Nope.
He never wants to help anymore.
You see my orders I got in there?
I think he's deserted everybody.
I didn't desert nobody. Hi guys.
Obviously, I'll be right back.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. Colors are loud like they're breaking the cage.
Starting with 14, it should be pretty close. I did measure the large one with alcohol just because I knew my guess was going to be wrong, and it was totally wrong because I guessed 8 to 10 and it was actually 6. So sometimes it pays, if you don't want to mix up extra, to put alcohol in the mold. That way you don't have water in there, and then measure the alcohol into a cup to see how much it actually held. So that's what I did today, and I'm so glad I did that. Trying to find a paper towel here. So I think I'm going to start with that one first, just because it's the clear that we're going to be mixing in there. I'm going to put it on my bottom shelf so I can move it pretty easily. That is for the butterfly. So I think what I'm going to do is... Oh, I ripped my glove. Great. I'm going to pour some down in the flour. Which I should have spritzed it again because it's dried since I measured it. Let me just get it everywhere in there. There's a lot of hiding spots, I think, in this one. So I'm just kind of squeezing it, that's all. And then I'm going to drip my inks in there. This way I don't what am I trying to say? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh, so I don't get my ink directly onto the mold. I was like distracted here for a minute. So I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit of color. And if I don't like it, I figured, you know what? I can paint it later. Oops, that got on the mold. Couple drops of that one because that's a big flower on that side. And we'll do the pink over here. Couple drops. Oops. I don't know. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear. I think I better do another drop of the blue. I only did one. I'm going to go right there. And then kind of just pour it in slowly. And hopefully they kind of give me some color that I'm looking for. I really don't know what I'm looking for. I'm just hoping that the ink knows what I'm looking for and kind of does it for me. You know, I don't know. Let's do a little bit more because there's not a lot of color down there. It's purple. I hope you guys can see. I don't know that you can. Blue. Not much more pink. I'm trying to keep the color at the flowers. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. It's okay if it gets on here, you know, but I kind of wanted it like ombre on there, where it's just fading out into the clear. I guess is what I'm trying to go for. Let me do one more pink, and then I think that's it for the color. I don't know. It's the first time I'm pouring the mold, which means I'm going to probably get it all wrong. Because I don't know what it really looks like, other than looking at the photos. I really don't want this to take forever. Okay. I think I'm going to spritz the rest of this. Just because of all those facets. And now I'm going to pour up here. That way I'm not pushing that ink this way. It'll probably flow this way, but I think this is going to be really pretty just in clear. Whoop, okay, that's enough. So was I right? How much did it take? Yep, it took 6 ounces. Okay, well I'm glad I measured it. So it looks like my color stayed. Let me find my bubble wand over here and see if I need to get anything out. Oh, it's not really a lip per se, but I don't see any bubbles coming out, so that's good. All right, I'm going to move this because I want my butterfly down here and cap everything. I think the butterfly holds around 2 ounces. I just wanted to mix this up and scrape most of this off because it's very potent. So 2 ounces is, I don't know if 2 ounces will fit in here. Let's try it. Let me just, oh, that's 2 ounces. Let's see how much pigment paste I need. It's a gorgeous turquoise color, especially for oceans. Don't really want to scrape my stick off into there because it's got the unmixed. So I'm just going to wipe it all off here. Make sure all that gets off. Remix it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I didn't even hardly have anything on that stick when I put it in there. Hopefully that's good enough. And we'll see what this butterfly looks like in a pigment paste. Let me just get this out of my way. I am going to spritz this too. It's always the wingtips, although I haven't had a problem with this particular mold yet. But any butterfly I ever get, of course, is the wingtips. Let's just squish it down in there. Move it around. I think that's good. Let's see if I was right about the 2. I think I'm right. Ooh, a little more than 2. It's going to need about 2.5. Gosh, I hope I have enough for everything. Don't need much more. Let me just use up the color in here. Hopefully it's not too different than the rest of it. It could be. I should probably write that on the mold, 2.5. They have another butterfly that I put in for my next order. Hopefully it will be just as gorgeous. I think it's a little smaller though. It's not quite as big. Okay, I'll move that over there. Oops, shoot. I just spilt it out. Hang on. That's why I like to do it on the tray, so I don't spill it when I'm moving it. Okay, I'm going to put this in the pressure pot and then we'll work on the other 2. I have a feeling I'm going to need to mix up more resin. I don't know why I just don't mix up too much by at least 1 ounce. So I think this is going to hold 4. So there's 4 in the cup for the aqua. I'm not going to do anything to hers. I'm just going to let her finish it however she wants. I better not use that stick. There could be pigment paste on there. Let's just get this aqua mixed in. I think it's going to be gorgeous, so we'll get to see it. Yesterday I powdered it with chameleon powder, so let's see today with alcohol ink. Needs a good bit in there though. And I want a really good casting for her, so that's going to go in the pressure pot too. Well, I don't know. Should I add more? It looks pretty blue, right? I think it's good. I don't know. I think I should add more. I want it nice and blue. Use this. This stir is a little bit better. I guess it's not really getting much deeper, so I guess it's going to stay that color. Pretty sure it's going to take the 4. Let's just coat everything. I don't know if this is necessary, but makes me feel better. I might not have enough for that paw print. I might have to mix up another. Oops, that's too much. Too much, too much. There we go. There we go. And now this one. There's not enough for here. I'm definitely gonna need more. So this took more than 4. I don't think I measured them last time I made them. Oh my gosh, it took exactly 4. Look at that. Scrape it out and we got 4. Perfect. However, that probably means that's more than 2 if that's all 4. Oh, geez. Just pop those bubbles to help it a little bit. And I might as well just use this cup because I'm turning it black anyway. So we've got 1 left for black. Let me just wipe everything down here for a minute. And I need my other kind of spatula. I don't want to try to mix in this big, huge cup, so let me get it all out. And I may be mixing up some more. Just get every drip out with this spatula. Every little drop. And I can see that there's some unmixed. So that's when you take care of that before you add color. A lot of people ask me why I don't add color when I'm mixing my resin. This is the reason I don't add color, is because you can't see if your resin is done being mixed or not. So I don't add color until I need it. All right, I'm going to use the black pigment from the Let's Resin pigment set, the opaque pigment set, and see how much I need. Probably not too much. 5 drops.
What'd you put in there?
See, he just comes and goes. He doesn't stick around for long.
Hi, guys. Love you. You have wonderful hair and earlobes. Gotta go.
This needs a little bit more. I just wanted to try this. I want to save this really for my marbling because I have so many blacks I can use, but I did want to try it to see how pigmented it was. That's good. Good, good, good. All right. I might need that in case we need more. Gosh, I hope we don't need more. All right, let's just put it in here. The hinge is what I'm a little concerned about in both of them. So I think I'm going to grab me a dotting tool because I totally forgot to do that in the other one and just work it into the hinge. I really should do that over here. I hope I got all the black off. I just want to make sure it's in those little pieces, parts where the hinge goes. Okay, could we have enough? We might have enough. Oh my goodness. I did well. Even extra. A little extra. Wow. This one could use a little more though. Beautiful. I have just a tiny bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the pressure pot, get them under pressure. While I do that, I will figure out something to put inside of here and make a couple pendants. Just pulled out the white out of the same set, so we're just going to do some classic black and white. Let's do the side we rarely use. As you can see, that side is getting dull now that I look at it, and this side hasn't been used as much, so I think I'm going to move over to this side for a change. Let's hopefully keep some white in here. I did not run this through the vacuum chamber, so I don't know if it's going to be okay or not okay. We might end up with some bubbles. I'm not a modern type of girl, but I do like the classic colors. Believe it or not, the very first house I ever owned was ultra modern. Everything was either black or white. My entire house, my wardrobe, everything. I guess it was a stage. I even did like my plates on the table. Every other one was black and every other one was white. All the artwork I had in the house was black and white. It's crazy how you change over the years. I had that house for like 7 years. And then we went completely, what do I want to do here? Traditional after that house, which was pretty cool for a while. And then we moved out of the country and I ended up with a beach themed house, which I was not comfortable in. It's just, I don't know, I like looking at it, but I don't like living in it. And then we ended up here. I don't even know how I got on that. Oh, because of the black and white. Then I ended up with doing the cabin style, and that was it. That's probably what I'm going to end up the rest of my life because I love it so much. So I got to experience all kinds of, well, I was an interior designer, which is probably why I tried all those things on my own. Every time I moved, I would change my complete house. This one is a little too full. Okay, well, these are just this one's a little too full too. Sit on the table. Hopefully we don't end up with bubbles. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. When you spritz it and they're too full, they just overflow. So now I got to fix them again. All right, I will get you the comment of the day and be back in a few seconds. I think everything is safe to come out. Before that, I did pull these out and they came out beautiful. Look at the marbling. So elegant, the black and the white. Love them. I drilled them all out because I need to use up some of my pinch bales instead of the flat back bales for a change. Denise sent me 2 molds to play with before I mail them in her box. These are the new Craftor molds. I didn't even realize Craftor was selling molds, but they have a flower here, and then this one is a big butterfly, like the size of this one, pretty much. But this one is like all crystals. So that's interesting. I will link them. They came from Amazon, so I will link them for you in case you want to try them. But we're going to try those probably tomorrow. So I like to not keep her stuff very long so she could play with it too. Let's do this one first, since this is for her, and I don't have to finish it. That is so pretty. Look at that. It's a perfect casting. Barely any trimming needs to be done. That is so pretty. Look at that color. I love it. And then this is the shaker top. She can fill with whatever she wants. That was so cute yesterday. If you missed yesterday's, I made a shaker one out of this one, and it came out so pretty. Here's the box. Come on, I don't want to touch the inside if I don't need to. Really should have gloves on. Look at that. What's in there? something in there. I don't know. That is so pretty. So this would go on like that, or this one like that. I'm not going to put it on because I'm not going to get it cured. She'll have to heat it up and put it on whichever one she wants after she decides what she wants to do. So those are those. Let's get this out and see the Tuvalu or Tuvalo. I don't know what it's called. All these names people come up with. That is so pretty. In the pigment paste, so much better than the first one I did with all those inks dripped in. Came out really dark and you couldn't see all these like diamonds on there. I'm just gonna highlight the pearls like I did before. I don't know, maybe the body, not sure. I do need to trim that first. So those are cute. Love the color. That's a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. All right, let's do the paw. This is the one that I painted. Oh, that's cute. Gold and black. I didn't do too bad. I missed a little bit of cleanup there, but you know, it's not that bad. We're gonna have a fancy little paw print shaker jar here. I gotta find something to put in there. Get this one out. Come on, wiggle out. There we go. Just a black box. And then this will go. I won't put it on yet. Well, I will put it on. So like that. I'll cut a piece of acetate. Fill that up. And you've got yourself a little jar. I do need to trim. I'm going to pull that out. Just got to be careful with those. You don't want to break them off. But that came out nice. The black is gorgeous. No problems with it at all. So cute. Okay. Let me put these aside because I'm not going to be doing anything with that. I will do something with that. All right. Hopefully this one's cool enough. I did fill the bottom. See that big hole? We filled the bottom with the silicone the other day so I could put it in the pressure pot without it like ruining this piece. So let's hope the colors came out halfway decent. Not quite sure exactly what it's going to look like. Ooh, it's kind of soft. I don't know if I should do that yet. I better wait. For you, it's just going to be a second. But for me, I need to cool this down because I'm afraid those flowers are going to pull off, and I don't want to pull them off. So I'm going to take a second and let this cool down. While we're waiting, I decided to go ahead and fill this up with you. So I got my dryer sheet. I'm just going to rub in there to stop any static forming. I found these black and gold glass beads, balls, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to fill it up with those. That's it. Your one little scoop is all we needed. We don't need too much. I pulled out my bonding UV resin. I hope this is cut good enough. It seems to fit, but just barely fit. Ooh. I need to push it to that side. Okay. Good to know. So what I do, I'm just going to put a little bit of UV resin on my table here. Take my scribe and get it around this edge. What's going to hold the acetate in place until we pour resin over it. Now I use regular epoxy to completely adhere it forever because UV and epoxy, they're not forever mates. So I try to not combine them if I have the opportunity not to. So since I have that 1 hour fast cure, that's what I've been doing because you don't have to wait so long. So now I'm just going to turn the light on and adhere that while I hold it down to cure it in place. And then I'm going to go around the edge with another bead of UV resin. And then I'm going to mix up some 1 hour fast cure just to fill it in and get it completely finished. It's so cute. Then you'll have, oh yeah, see, I didn't cut good enough, so I definitely have to go around the edge. Otherwise, the resin's gonna drip right into there. Now the bonding resin is faster. Okay, good. It's still shaking. However, we got some stuck. Let me try to get them down. Well, they're probably stuck forever. So, come on, get off. They're probably stuck there forever because I didn't cut good enough. Let me just push these down in there. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I can see the hole right there. I'm going to hold it somehow. Well, we're going to have a few stuck, put it that way. Let me do this quickly. I don't know if I could do this, because I didn't cut it properly. I just want to cover up this hole right here as fast as possible. I mean, you could fill it with UV resin if you really, really wanted to, but it's not a permanent bond. Okay, now I'm just going to go around the rest of it, just around the edge. And I'm going to cure that. Then I'm going to fill it with epoxy. So let me just get that cured. I'm going to mix up just a little tiny bit of the 1 hour. I better get my mold out because I'm sure I will need something to put it into. So I will make a few pendants, but we got to be quick, so I will be quick. I mixed up ½ an ounce of the 1 hour. I don't need hardly but a couple drops, so it's a little hard to mix up less than that. So that's why I pulled out a mica powder so I can make a few pendants with the rest of it. So I just want to pour this, and this will be done in an hour. I'm gonna take it to the sides, which it looks like it is, and then it'll be in there forever, just like that. Do I need another drip? No, that is definitely domed. So I'm just gonna quickly, I don't have a ton of time, color this and pour it into the pendant molds. I can always use more pendants every day. We go through a lot. Just don't want to mix in many bubbles. Stirring this in. I put it through the vacuum chamber already. I don't want to do it again. I don't think I have time to do it again because this stuff starts getting thick in just a few minutes. It only takes like 1 minute to stir it till it's clear. And then like 2 minutes in a vacuum chamber. That should be good. Let me get it poured. Let me see what I have that's clean. Let's move that while it's curing. What do I want to pour here? Let's do some of these. It's time to start using this side of the mold. Like there. There. Let's do these. Gosh, a ½ an ounce is amazing how far it goes when you're making small stuff. There. Let's do one of these. I don't feel like I have time to play around with marbling because it gets thicker and thicker as we pour. Let's see, what do I have left here? I like these ones. These are kind of cool. I got the hang of drilling with a steady hand, so I'm not, like, don't hate it, but I didn't like doing it because I did mess a few up. But if you have your hand holding these pendants tightly, You really don't have much of an issue with it. Let's see, can I get a little tiny one out of this? Let's do one of these down here. One more. No waste. Look at that. To the last drop. Come on, I need your drop. I just need your drop. There we go. Okay, that's it. Now I'm just going to let those sit. I'm going to spritz the bubbles off the back. And we are going to wait for that shell piece to come out. I don't know if I need to do anything to it or not until we see it. And I think I'm just going to jazz that up for a couple minutes with my paint pen, and then we'll demold. I started to get it out to see if it'll come out, and it looks like it's coming, so I turned you back on. Let's see how bad or good it came out. Here we go. Oh, well, I wish that wasn't there. So that kind of stinks. But, yeah, it went too far. So I almost feel like I can't paint these because you won't know why that's there. But I can highlight the edges. So I think I'll highlight, oh, here's the butterfly. I just put some silver on it. And I forgot to tell you, if you like that purple, it is Purple Lotus from Laura's Art Corner. Not crazy about it. Not crazy about my idea. I think I'm going to trim the bottom and highlight the petals with some glitter glue in silver and see if that does anything. But I guess when your bar of soap is sitting in here, it wouldn't be so bad. Maybe I'll do that with silver. I don't know. Let me see. Little bit of glitter glue, silver, little bit of silver paint pen. This is what I came up with. So I don't think I'm going to advertise it as a soap dish because I don't think you should be washing this very often. So it's a trinket tray. It is now a trinket tray, but I think it made it a little bit better. I'm not crazy about that, but everybody has different tastes, so you just don't know. So I just went around the edge with the pen, did glitter glue on all the petals, took a little fine pen, went into the centers, stuck a little dollop of glue in the center of each one. But it's pretty, so we do have to do this again a different way so we can see it a different way. Maybe I'll paint the next one, leave the tray clear or something. I don't know. I need to come up with a plan. But that's it. Okay, I think I have one more into resin mold to do. Let me look behind me. Yeah, I have the big one left. So that means tomorrow is going to be giveaway day if you want to enter for the contest to win. I think it was this one that I chose. Yeah, this was the prize. So if you want to win that, come back tomorrow, enter the giveaway, and I'll see you guys then. Stick around for those pictures. This is almost pretty much done. I mean, good enough. I'm not going to demold those. I'll show you those tomorrow if I remember. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll see you then. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Sparkly streams, her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings, a masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew, in every shade a promise new, a life of In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle